Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most intriguing places on Earth, Chernobyl. You might have heard whispers about Chernobyl monsters, and honestly, these tales are as wild as they come. We're going to explore the true stories behind these myths and whether there's any truth to the idea of mutated creatures roaming the exclusion zone. So buckle up because this is going to be a wild ride through history, science, and a few spooky urban legends. First off, let's rewind to April 26th, 1986. A reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine exploded, releasing a massive amount of radioactive materials into the atmosphere. It was a catastrophic event that changed lives forever. Thousands were evacuated from nearby towns like Pripyat as radiation levels soared. It's like something straight out of a movie. Imagine leaving your home under such frightening circumstances and never being able to return. Fast forward to today, and the Chernobyl exclusion zone remains a chilling reminder of this disaster. And let me tell you, it's largely uninhabited now. But even with this somber backdrop, life has a funny way of bouncing back. Well, almost. Now, here's where it gets interesting. With people gone, you might think the area would be a barren wasteland, but that's not the case at all. In fact, the absence of humans has allowed nature to reclaim its territory. Wildlife has flourished. Researchers have spotted wolves, wild boars, and even the rare Przewalski's horse, which was once extinct in the wild. These animals roam freely in the Eerie landscape, which has led some to believe that Chernobyl is now a nature sanctuary of sorts. It's just a strange twist, right? Nature adapting and thriving amidst all that chaos. So let's talk about those Chernobyl monsters. Many have come to believe in fantastic stories of mutated creatures thanks to urban legends. You know, things like three-headed animals or glowy-eyed beasts lurking in the shadows. These tales spread like wildfire, especially in horror stories and films. But why do we find ourselves drawn to these spooky narratives? Perhaps it's partly our human nature to tell stories that play on our fears and the unknown. Everyone loves a good scare, but these legends often overshadow the fascinating reality of what's happening in the exclusion zone. Now, let's take a step back and see what scientists say about this. When it comes to wildlife in Chernobyl, there has been some focus on whether these animals truly face mutations due to radiation. While there are reports of some effects on their health, like lower reproductive rates or other issues, the reality is a bit different from the monster myths. The mutations, when they do happen, are mostly subtle, and scientists don't find any colossal creatures roaming around. Many animals in Chernobyl seem to be doing just fine. It's always important to remember that science thrives on evidence, not just spooky myths. So while the creepy stories are gripping, they don't always reflect what's happening in the real world. Speaking of myths and stories, it's amazing how Chernobyl has impacted popular culture. Think about all the movies, books, and even video games that explore this theme. Chernobyl isn't just a place, it's become a canvas for filmmakers and storytellers to paint their chilling ghost stories. But let's not forget, many of these portrayals exaggerate the realities or take creative liberties that can mislead folks about what actually happened or what lives in Chernobyl today. So next time you watch a Chernobyl-inspired horror flick, remember to take it with a grain of salt. So, what's the takeaway here? The myths surrounding Chernobyl and its so-called monsters are indeed captivating, but they often overshadow the truth. The wildlife is adapting and thriving in ways we wouldn't expect. And while stories can be fun, they shouldn't define our understanding of reality. Chernobyl is a complex location where nature and history intertwine, creating a unique ecosystem born from tragedy. So the next time someone mentions a three-headed creature, you can confidently say, "Oh, that's just a myth." It's our responsibility to sift through the fiction and appreciate the fascinating, albeit somber, reality of Chernobyl. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Chernobyl legends, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures through history and urban exploration. And hey, share your thoughts. Do you believe in Chernobyl monsters? Drop a comment below. Catch you in the next video.